and I just saw fantastic beasts and where to find them. Don't worry, this review is gonna have no spoilers. I might end up making a spoiler review later on because there's a lot of little details I would like to discuss. So don't worry, no spoilers, just my initial thoughts and reaction to the movie. Alright, so I am a huge Harry Potter fan. For those of you who don't know me, I grew up basically obsessed, like most of the world, with Harry Potter. I read all the books, I was obsessed with the movies, I was at every midnight premiere ever. Harry Potter is a huge part of my childhood and growing up, and basically helped shape the person that I am. Harry Potter definitely was a huge influence in my life. Alright, so when this movie starts out, it automatically drops you into this fantastical, wonderful Harry Potter world. You get the Harry Potter theme song, which is amazing, and they did such a great job plopping you right back into such a familiar world for a lot of us, so it almost felt like home in a weird way. I know that might sound weird, but honestly, like the whole beginning of the movie, it really just gives you that, hey, remember this? Remember us? Remember this world? So it really did a great job in the beginning, bringing up all those feels, all those Harry Potter feels. There were a lot of things about this movie that I loved, a lot of things that I liked, and there even were some things that I didn't like. So I do want to talk about all of them, of course, without any spoilers. So let's start with the stuff that I loved. The music is incredible. Of course, it wouldn't be an amazing Harry Potter film without incredible music. And to me, I think that thoroughly enhances the film because the music is just so beautiful and so perfect for the movie. I also loved the Fantastic Beasts. There were so many adorable, awesome, even epic and scary creatures in this film. I thought they did an incredible job with the CGI, and I really thoroughly enjoyed the beasts in this movie, and you guys know if a movie has too much CGI, I'm usually not the first one to say that I loved it. But we've seen magical creatures in the Harry Potter films, and then seeing them in this film didn't feel far off. It definitely felt like it was part of the world. They just did a really great job with the beasts, and I was happy about that. I really wanted them to be cool, and they were. I loved all the Harry Potter nostalgia that's in this movie. There were a lot of, I don't want to say Easter eggs because they weren't exactly Easter eggs, but there were those too, but there was a lot of just Harry Potter nostalgia that is kind of good and bad. I'm not gonna lie, because being such a hardcore Harry Potter fan, there was moments where, you know, if they're talking about Hogwarts and Dumbledore, I just was like, no! Take me back! Like, I just want to go back there. Why are we in America? I don't care. Go back to England. I want to go back to Hogwarts, where they call non-magical people Muggles and not No-Majes. So for me, there was a little bit of that, no, this is not the wizarding world that I know and grew up with. It takes place in America, and it's just different. It's still just as warm and magical and awesome, but I don't know if it's just because I'm American and live in America that I found England to be so much more magical, or if it's just the Harry Potter nostalgia and fangirl in me that's like, no, it must be in England with Hogwarts and I want Dumbledore, and every time that they would reference that, it just made me be like, oh, can't we go there and see that? I did really like the story of this movie. I thought that all the characters had a good purpose. I do feel that it was lacking that sense of the evil bad guy. I mean, we had Voldemort in all the Harry Potter books, all the Harry Potter movies. He was this evil force. And of course there were evil people under him. There were, you know, the smaller of the evils that our characters had to battle. But in this film, I feel like I was waiting for that big baddie to arrive. And that's kind of something that didn't exactly happen the way I thought it was going to happen. I think we're going to be getting into that like big villain in the next couple movies, and this movie definitely set it up for there being more movies. I'm a fan of Eddie Redmayne. I think he's a fantastic actor. For some reason, his character just wasn't my favorite. And I'm not even sure why I didn't fall in love with his character. But I feel like I fell in love with some of the supporting cast way more than I fell in love with Newt. But he still was important, and I thought that obviously he should be there. But I definitely connected way more with some of the supporting cast. I thought that they were all fantastic. The acting in this movie is truly fantastic. I'm assuming most of you haven't seen the movie since this is the no spoilers review, but once you see it, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. The supporting cast is just hilarious and heartwarming. The story of this group of people was just really, it was really well done. I feel like this movie was basically the grown-up version of Harry Potter. This was definitely more adult. They tortured people, they were a little bit more graphic in the way people died. It wasn't your typical Harry, Ron, and Hermione at school sort of movie. It definitely was darker and more adult, if that makes sense. There was something that was very out of place for me, and that was Colin Farrell. Alright, I'm not gonna tell you what his character is or who he plays, because that would be a spoiler, but I don't know, I was watching the movie going, something doesn't belong here. It's you, Colin Farrell. Why are you here? I loved the rest of the cast, but for some reason, Colin Farrell just kind of really stuck out in my mind, and I was like, I don't know why you're here. You get pockets of this incredible feeling of magic, and you really get that J.K. Rowling feeling, the way her books make you feel and how Harry Potter made us all feel. There's definitely giant pockets throughout the movie of that. And so I would be watching and be like, oh yes, this is perfect, this is great. And then there'd be other scenes and other small pockets of stuff that just didn't feel as Harry Potter-esque, if that makes sense. And I know it's not Harry Potter, you can't be comparing it to the Harry Potter movies, but I just mean the Harry Potter world. And it is supposed to be different because it takes place, you know, before Harry, Ron, and Hermione, and it takes place in America. So it's going to be different. I just thought that there were some parts of the movie that could have had more magical elements to them, and even more physical magic. I definitely wanted to see more magic. And I think that's because we've all been deprived because we haven't had a Harry Potter movie in so many years. So for me, I was ready for more magic, but like I said, those pockets of magic that we did get, the magical elements, and the Harry Potter nostalgia. I mean, just watching a character say Alohomora made me go, oh my gosh, this is my world. But overall, I really did enjoy this movie. It definitely is entertaining, and I think it did a great job leading us into some more movies. I am kind of hoping that we get a little bit more from the female characters. I was kind of waiting for a strong female character to be able to step up, and there are female characters who do things, but I don't know, I think I just wanted one just to stand out a little bit more. I mean, Hermione was a force to be reckoned with, and I kind of want that again. I need that strong force to be reckoned with female. But like I said, they did a great job bringing us back into that amazing, fantastical world and filled with magic and Harry Potter nostalgia, and I ate all that stuff up. Like, every reference, every spell that was recognizable, any name, any piece of backstory, there were just hidden gems everywhere throughout the movie, and I think that was my favorite part, just being able to sit there and like listen and wait for those moments. I don't think this was the perfect movie ever, but it definitely was enjoyable and entertaining, and I'm really excited to see where they take this. I'm excited for that ultimate threat of danger, and like I said, they did a great job with the Fantastic Beasts. So I can't wait for more movies to see where it goes. I hope we get some stuff with Dumbledore. I'm hoping we get some more backstory on some of our favorite characters, but it is awesome to be getting these stories about new characters, and finally getting to see Newt's backstory, which was great. But I'm so curious to hear from you guys. Have you seen the movie? What did you think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you need to write a giant paragraph of all the feelings that you have? I would definitely love to hear them. And if you haven't seen the movie, I definitely recommend you see it. Then come back here, let me know what your thoughts were. Were you a huge fan of Harry Potter before seeing this movie or not? Is this your first Harry Potter movie you're seeing? How much do you know about the world? I think that plays a huge part in how you're gonna like this movie, to be honest. So I'm so curious. Let me know your thoughts. Please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe right there, and I'll see you soon.